Well, it's time now for our international press review here on France-24. Ginty Jackson joins me now in the studio. Ginty, good morning. Let's start in the United States, and the war of words is escalating big time between Barack Obama and Hillary Clinton. Tell us the latest.
Well, this time not so much a war of words, but a war about words or on words. I'll tell you more about that. Basically, Barack Obama, obviously, we know he's looking set to win primaries today again, so Hillary's kind of trying to stop him there. The story in the New York Times is that she's now accusing him of plagiarism. Clinton's camp says that Obama's actually used a speech by Massachusetts Governor Deval Patrick, virtually verbatim in one of his speeches, in fact. Interestingly, Obama actually admitted to this, but he said, well, Deval's my friend and we exchange ideas from time to time, and he said I could. But Clinton camp says, well, you should have perhaps said you were using his words. Clinton's camp is trying to show that Obama's rhetoric is basically empty, and again, that he lacks experience. Obama struck back. He says, I've written 2 books. I write most of my speeches, and I would add that I notice Senator Clinton has on occasion used words of mine as well.
Ouch. That's even more flattering, I suppose, if she plagiarises Barack Obama. But moving to France, Ginty, there's been a big police crackdown, of course, in a Parisian suburb on Monday, but that's proving rather controversial for the French press.
Yes, today the focus really is on the fact that there were just too many journalists present, and this has actually hampered that operation in a Villiers-de-Bel suburb as well. You remember that back in November, after the spate of violence there, Sarkozy said, I'm going to crack down on people that did this, and he obviously wanted to make sure that no one missed the moment. So when the police arrived, the journalists were pretty much already there in large numbers. Now, the prosecutor who's in charge of the case said they actually didn't manage to make all the arrests that they would have liked because that element of surprise was sadly really lacking.
Oh dear. So we're to blame slightly for that, are we, the press? Well, in Britain, of course, lots of press interest into the inquest into the death of Princess Diana. That seems to be going on and on. But the latest phase is Prince Philip getting involved.
Prince Philip, indeed.
Diana's father-in-law, in case you're not following the royal family.
Yes. The UK press is having a field day with this. It's the headline across many of the papers. For instance, The Independent has a whole kind of list of people that Mohammed Al-Fayed has accused of being involved in the plot to kill Diana. Now, that includes Tony Blair, the French ambulance services, Diana's own sister, and the list just goes on and on and on, MI6 in particular, and of course Prince Philip. Now, he's seen as the linchpin of the plot in Mohammed Al-Fayed's words, and he calls him a racist, a Nazi with German family ties. He says, do you want to have his original name? It ends with Frankenstein. During his 6 hours on the stand, he made so many accusations, but as The Guardian says, he was never really able to substantiate any of that. Now, it's actually quite a tragic story. I mean, it's a farce on one side, but the man did lose his son 10 years ago. So
in the crash with Diana, indeed.
Court, yes.
And just in case you are wondering, Prince Philip was in fact from the Greek royal family, I believe. But anyway, maybe German ties in there as well. Who knows? But finally, very quickly, Ginty, an environmental scheme in Paris to provide a free car service. This sounds too good to be true.
Well, perhaps not, actually. It seems to be happening, and it could change our lives, Catherine. As you know, we already have the Velibs, the free government-funded bikes. Well, they're not exactly free, but virtually free, that you can kind of hire and go off on. But now we'll have pretty much the same thing for cars, and that's going to be called Autolib. It's a scheme by Paris's mayor, Bertrand Delanoë, and he wants to build, of course, on the success of the Velibs. It's a scheme that Lyon is going to start, and Paris is then going to take up on. Basically, you'll be able to book your car on the internet 24 hours a day, and it's virtually instant. You'll be told when to pick it up, and off you'll go.
Off we'll zoom. Well, thank you very much indeed to Ginty Jackson for that press review. Stay tuned to France 24.